What's going on? What's going on? We know it's been a little minute, but welcome to another episode of Swag Keys. I'm here with Coach C. Say what's up.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back.
Awesome. We got a guest here, guys. We got Jay the Giant, Jono the Giant, 6'8". I don't know, how tall are you, Jay?
Yeah, 6'8".
6'8", man. See, I know my heights, man. I play sports. How you doing today, man?
Man, all is well, man. Can't complain. I appreciate you guys for having me. We are here. This is a long time coming, man. I just want to, just have a conversation with you all, man. Let's rap. Let's talk.
Awesome. We're sorry for the drought, guys, man. We were having a summer camp for these little kids, so we put our all into it like we normally do. But we are back for the school year for you guys and trying to share with you a lot of knowledge and bring a lot more guests.
Yeah, that's right. We both had a summer camp going on in summer, so we was busy. But what got me fired up about the podcast, and I still want to keep it going, but we just got so tied up. But when Jono hit me up, I said, okay, God, I know this one of our callers. I got to get it back together. Jono is big time guy in Florida. If you've never heard of him, please look him up. He has a book out. He does speeches to different colleges. He does a bunch of tours, so you will be hearing from him if you haven't heard already. So we just want to get the podcast back up and running, like Mr. Charles said. And from here on out, we're gonna try to hit y'all with one once a week. Jono, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was, guess you could say I was born in Chicago, Illinois.
Chi-town.
Yes, sir. Southside Chicago. When I was around 8 years old, my family moved down here to South Florida. So I've been in North Miami for maybe 15, 20 years. And because of how I was raised, the environment that I grew up in, the people that I hung out with, all these different things, it inspired me to want to give back to the world in general, just give back to the world. So my mission is to educate, empower, inspire the next generation of leaders. And I believe that every single person has a giant within them. You just have to be able to call them out, summon that giant within. So that's why I go around different places. So I'm here to motivate, inspire, and educate the next generation of leaders, because I believe that every single last one of us have a giant within us. We have the capacity, the mental, spiritual, physical capacity to give so much to the world.
Awesome. And for those that don't follow him on Instagram, surely do. Jay, what's your Instagram?
My IG is Jono. That's Jono. Jono the Giant. You can find me Jono the Giant on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and my website is jonothegiant.com.
Awesome. And back to your Instagram, Jay. Man, you put some amazing content. Once you guys go on there, look at the content. Just search through the page, right? A lot of times we go on that search page and look at random pages and for hours, and there's no substance. So, just go ahead and view his page and go, as far back as you can. He has some great stuff, man, that's motivated me. So when Coach C told me that, she first told me about him, and I said, okay, let me go on his Instagram and check him out. I'm like, yo, this guy is fire. Who is this guy? This is exactly what we need. The youth needs a voice like this. Someone to go out and just give them it raw. Right? What it is. The world, especially for African American kid or any minority, he tells you, he gives it to you raw. Guys, it's not going to be easy. Number one, they see this as most times nothing. As a minority, we have that image about us now. And not only in the United States, but you go to other countries, talk about black Americans here, right? So it's I'm from Nigeria, and Nigerians have a little thing about black Americans, they see them as being lazy or whatever, isn't that? But guys, we have a lot of people willing to help you guys. You just gotta look around and see who's willing to help.
To piggyback on what he said, that's right. Earlier we was talking outside of the podcast of when we know people, and when we elevate in our career and our passion and our vision, you got certain people that be like, hey, don't forget about me, pull me up with you. Like Jono said, I ain't gonna give you nothing. I'll give you something to start you off, and then you hold your own, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody give me nothing for my vision. I had to work ground up. So I help you, but you got to help yourself. Like, I listened to Eric Thomas' podcast when he said, don't be my bag, boy. I can hold my own bags. Why don't you go ahead and get your own bag, secure your own bag? I can hold my own bag. I ain't forgetting where I came from. Like, stop trying to just basically just be up under people. And if you gonna be with somebody, you know what I'm saying, y'all beast up together, and you got what you got going on, they got what they got going on, and guess what, when y'all come together, y'all are forced to be reckoned with. Unstoppable. The whole team eating, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is on the same level, and everybody elevating day in, day out. Ain't no competition, you know, when you with people in your circle, you know, but elevating and having masterminds, just point blank period. School is getting ready to start back. Some people have already started back school. So Jono, what's some tips you'll give back to the kids for the upcoming year?
Man, number one is cut out all excuses, man. I think it's just a human tendency to just want to make excuses for things that we know we should do, but yet we don't want to necessarily put the full effort to actually make it happen, right? And number two, really just focusing on the moment, the school year, because these years right here, you will never get them back. And with these years, you are growing into the person that you have been called to be. So you have to take every single moment, every single assignment, every single opportunity as if it's its last, and really build on it for the next one. Because a lot of times we make these excuses and we don't do what we need to do, and we think somebody needs to bail us out. And I see that that's a mindset that a lot of us have. Like, oh yeah, I wasn't able to do this, or I wasn't able to do this time and miss, you know, and Mister, let me get an opportunity, let me get a chance. It's like, life is not like that. Once you get out into the real world, people are not giving you multiple chances over and over and over again. That's for the students, and for the teachers, I think we got to calm down on giving so much, you know, chances. Like, yeah, there's grace, there's mercy, you know, you give, you know, but after a while, it's like, yo, you got to be able to teach these students what real life is about. And Christina, I want to give a brief story. Like, I remember when I was in the 10th grade, man, there was a science teacher that was really hard on me, like very, very hard on me. And I really didn't understand why he was so hard on me. He was so hard on me up until the point where I just said, you know what? I'm done with school. I just dropped out of high school. Not just him. I'm not going to blame him and say he was the reason, but there were all other multiple factors. My home life, the neighborhood that I grew up in, or North Miami. There's so many different things. I also have friends who dropped out of high school as well, so it just made it easier for me to drop out of high school. But that science teacher, he was the straw that broke the camel's back. So I just said, you know what? I just can't do this. I made all type of excuses, right? And so I look back now, I'm like, man, I made all these excuses, but it was these experiences that I was having at the moment that was supposed to build me up into the person that I was supposed to be. But because I made excuses, I didn't realize that. But as I got older, and eventually I went back to high school. Well, I got my high school diploma. Then I went to Miami-Dade for a little bit, and that was like hell in itself, because now I have to learn like study habits. Man, it was really, really tough. Really, really tough. It was like I had to really grind my way through to really get through Miami-Dade, and then I went to HBCU in Alabama, Oakwood University. I did all these different things, and I started building my way up. But at times when I sit back and I reflect, I'm like, man, what was that about? Why wasn't I able to excel when I was in high school? But the reason I wasn't able to excel is because, one, I was making a lot of excuses, and with making excuses comes being entitled. I felt like, yo, you know, my dad is not there, my mom is not there, I'm living with my grandmother. My grandmother has 2 disabled kids, you know, my uncle and my aunt who are both autistic. And so in my mind, I'm thinking like, yo, life needs to give me a chance. Life has to give me a chance. Like, yo, I'm going through all of this. I'm living here financially, you know, we don't got it all together. Life needs to give me a chance. And so because I had that mindset that life needs to give me a chance because the hand that life gave me wasn't the best hand that it gave me, I figured like, yo, it's about time that, yo, let me get let me get a break. But life don't give you a break. You got to make your breaks. You know, and I didn't have that mindset. But it was a time where, and that's what really propelled me to go back to high school. It was a time where I was got into a little fender bender in a car accident, and then I ran from the scene, and that like really changed my life 180. Like I just turned right back around the other direction, where the guy started chasing me. We're running around the city of North Miami, 135th Street, 6th Avenue, Northeast. We're just going from different places, 90 miles per hour. And then eventually the police get on the scene, and I'm trying to run away from the police, crash my car into a house, going 90 miles per hour. And luckily for me, nothing happened. I had no broken bones or anything like that. But at that moment, that's when I realized, like, yo, you need to stop. You're making things worse. So that's after that. And thank God I didn't get arrested, too. That was just a whole thing in itself. I didn't get arrested because the cops, they asked me certain questions. I was honest about what happened or whatever. And they were like, you know what? We're not going to arrest you. We're going to give you a chance. And I took that chance and I just made something out of it. I multiplied that chance. So I think all of those different things allowed me to be where I am today. But I had to stop the excuse mindset, the entitlement mindset.
And being entitled, you feel entitled is so dangerous, isn't it? It's so dangerous. Like you end up in the excuse part, man. And I feel like every new generation, the excuses get weaker and weaker, right? Don't it? Like it's like, man, that's it. So one of the interns that I hired for the camp, during the interview, I asked him, "Can you make it? I don't want to hear my mom couldn't take me." Or I couldn't find a ride, especially with all the Ubers that we had, Ubers, Lyft, right, to get the jitney, right? Like, we have options now to make it, and I remember one day, she said, Mr. Charles, man, can I come in later because I don't have a ride? I said, nah, I told you, and I asked, do you have reliable transportation? And, there's one kid that walked from his house to there, and he lived the same distance one day. I'm like, you see, like, he didn't give an excuse. Like, he may not have had money, so but he found a way to come here, like, get it done. But I feel like the excuses get weaker and weaker, and when you feel entitled, like you said, it starts changing the scope in your mind, right? So now it changes your attitude towards stuff. It changes your grind, the grit in you. So now you actually start becoming lazy, right, and expecting handouts. You start expecting the handouts. So this is where you guys have to be very cautious and start being real with yourselves. Because not everybody's going to be real with you. And if you're not real with yourself, it'll take you down a dark path. So you have to ask the right questions. Well, was I wrong at this point? Well, what can I do better that I didn't get all A's this grading period? How can I be a better husband? Like, let me analyze myself. How can I be a better father? Let me analyze myself and break myself down. Okay, this is where I'm lacking that. Let me fix it. Instead of being, I work a lot. That's why I can't see my kids so much. I couldn't be a great husband because I'm trying to put food on the table. I work 5 jobs. It's like, no, like that's an excuse, right? But you got to be careful with that because, again, you become complacent. That's a very dangerous place to be.
Dang, both of you guys hit it right on the head. But what I would say, my most important thing, and even telling myself each year, is don't get comfortable with being comfortable. Each month, set goals. I'm going to set goals each month. Set goals each month, and then go after them. You know what I'm saying? And some goals you might don't get to, or, you probably won't even fully accomplish it. You might accomplish 50%. Okay, put it on the next month. Don't push it off until 6 months later. No, put it on the next month until you finish it. And I would say, be the leader. If you know what I'm saying, don't be in the pack and just don't be around a group of friends who's just there. Be a leader and do your work. Like, I don't know, I just feel like this generation feels that if you're dumb or play like you're dumb or you're the class clown, that's the best thing that's going on. Like, being smart is crazy. Like, if you're smart, that's not the way to go. Which in life, if you're smart, you want to be successful. If you know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't. I don't get it. Why I should act dumb, but then I want to have my own business, but then I act like I don't know what a resume is or what an entrepreneur is, or I don't want to take a business class, but yeah, I want to own this car business. Like, y'all, it's contradicting. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm smart, I'm blessed to be smart, I'm going to take it and go with it. Because some people have different struggles with, you know what I'm saying, being educated. So they have to put in more work than you, and you right here smart, capable of making a 4.0 GPA, you know, being in regular classes, but you rather sit back, lay back, and stay with the 2.0. All I need is 2.0 to graduate. That's all I need. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all you need from high school is a 2.0 to graduate. But how about when you apply for these colleges? Yeah. Mm-hmm. How about your test scores? Now you don't know, you got to score like a 2,800 on the SAT because you got just a 2.0. You got to score 40 on the ACT just because you got a 2.0.
You got better do better.
And you already don't study like that because you like today's school. You just want to graduate.
Yeah. Not thinking about the future.
Exactly. No. So now when you start thinking about those things, your senior year come and people signing to college, Florida State, academic scholarship, you sitting around here looking crazy because you was comfortable. Mm-hmm. All I need is a 2.0. Mm-hmm. But guess what? That 2.0 is what? A C? Mm-hmm. Not even a high C on top of that. So where you going? To McDonald's to work for McDonald's with that 2.0? Just because all I need is a 2.0 to graduate?
Yeah, that's the crazy part. They want to do bare minimum so much.
Bare minimum. Yeah. That's the point. They want to do bare minimum but make millions. How sway?
How does that work?
Like, how? I don't understand.
You know what? They see all the they see the rappers and the athletes having fun buying this and that, but they don't see the work that it took to get there. Look at Antonio Brown. I love it. As much as people may hate him, I love him because that guy is one of the most hardworking individuals in football. I think in all of sports, not even just football. Like he talks the talk, but he sure enough walks the walk. More people cannot even hang with his training regimen during the summer. I guarantee it. Like, go work out with Antonio Brown and tell me if you still want to play football. Right? Like, it's the truth. And I remember, Jay, I remember you posted something about, Tom Brady, right? Mm-hmm. Going back to excuses. Tom Brady was what, like a 7th round pick, something low?
It was the last pick.
One of the last picks in draft.
Not one of the
last pick, right?
Pick.
Wow.
What do they call that? Mr. Irrelevable, whatever it's called? Mr. Whatever it's called.
What? Irrelevant?
Mr. Irrelevant, I think what they call it.
Yeah.
But here's a guy that didn't give the excuse, well, I was the last pick, so if I don't make the team, it might be all right. Like, he didn't do the bare minimums.
Yeah.
Like, he studied and killed that playbook until he could play every position on the field, possibly. Right? And here's the guy, he could have had an excuse, well, I wasn't the most highly talented quarterback, but I was on a pretty solid team, so maybe I get a couple reps. No, I'm starting. When Bledsoe went down, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. I need a championship ring. I'm not gonna be the reason why you guys blame me, right? He didn't do the bare minimum. Like, guys, look at his stuff, man. Go look at Jay's page, man. It's a lot of quality content there, guys, for you to just sit and just think on, right? We digging our cheese for 5 minutes of the day. We can at least go and look at quality content,
That's what I want to add to that, Coach. You said something. You're like, you want to do the bare minimum, but you want the millions of dollars. Yeah. You want the riches. You want the nice cars. What you see on TV, what you see on social media, you want that, but you're not willing to do what you need to do to get that.
Right.
So I looked it up. Right. In America, there are over 327 million people as of 2018. Out of those 327 million people, there are only 11 million millionaires.
That's crazy.
So you have to look at it now. So now, let's look at it. There are 327 million, so that's about 3%. So there's something that 3% is doing differently than the 97%. So that they can have what they have and live the life that they're living. So we can't think we can have the mindset of the 97%, have the work ethic of the 97%, but have the riches of the 3%. And I don't think a lot of people don't realize that. You know, when I started this journey and I started saying, you know what, I want to be a motivational speaker, right? I got my master's in marriage and family therapy. I went the therapy route. I'm getting hours to become a licensed marriage and family therapist. But I like, you know, for the culture, for black people, I want to be that symbol, especially coming from North Miami, coming from the city of Miami. I want young people and everybody to know that, hey, you can start from the lowest point, but because of your desire and your why and your work ethic, you can make a life for yourself and for your family that you never thought could happen. So when I went on this journey and I started doing that, I said, you know what? I started going to conferences. I linked up with great people. I got great mentors. I started doing the necessary things that I needed to do. Look, I'm not the type of person that goes out. I don't really go out like that. I don't really like to spend money on like movies and going to like the clubs. I don't do stuff like that because my why drives me to do what I feel is of great value. So I put my money in my brain. I put my money in going on trips and conferences and linking up and networking with great people. But as I'm doing that, I'm going to schools, I'm going to different networking events, I'm going to businesses, and then I start getting the no's. One no after the next. One no. Matter of fact, I just had a conversation with somebody in the district, Broward County District, and I said, yo, you know what? I've done some things for them. I went out and I've like they have me on a list where I go to different schools and I speak for them. And I said, yo, hey, I just did this training. I can help your teachers with classroom management. It has been proven over and over and over again that there is a 90% turnover rate, that your classroom, that your school culture in general will be a great one if they apply these different things. He said, have you ever taught in a classroom before? I was like, no, but I did when I did religious education for my BA. So I did like internship in a school, so on and so forth. But I was like, no, I never officially taught in a classroom. He said, well, you're not credible enough to teach classroom management.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, I see where you're coming from. Because I'm like, for me, yeah, you're right. That makes sense. That makes sense because I have not had years of teaching. But the information that I have, right? The passion that I will come with. Like, I was a high school dropout. I had just enough invested interest in the kids in the school, just like the teachers. Why? Because I know how it felt to wake up every single day and go to school with 2 pair of pants you're trying to switch out. Trying to make sure your shoes don't get holes in them. I know how that feels. So those things are distracting to certain students. So they may not know how to deal with this. So what they do is they come to class, they act stupid, they act the clown, they give teachers a hard time, and then teachers just can't handle their classroom. That's the experience that I have. And I know if I bring that perspective to the table with the research-based information that I have, I can be able to get these teachers to have a better school year. But guess what? Based off of what he knew, his limited understanding, he's like, you're not qualified. He told me I am not credible. That's the word he used. That right there could have just knocked me over, and I could just be like, man, you know what? Forget it. And I've had so many moments like that. And I think a lot of people don't realize when you say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this journey. It's something as simple as weight loss. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to start losing weight. I'm going to be healthier. Something as simple as that. You're going to have things along the way that are going to test your commitment. And it's something that I always tell people, right? In life, there's only 2 sides. And there's conviction and there's convenience, right? Conviction is a thing like that's how you live life. That's how you move. That's how you do what you got to do. You make things happen because when you were in the dark, when you were praying, when you were in this place where it's like, yo, this is what I need to be doing with my life, you move off of that. And so no matter what happens, no matter what barrier, obstacle, or challenge comes, you continue moving forward because you were convicted. But then there's convenience. You only do things when it's convenient for you. When that's the case, you will never get anywhere in life. Because convenience is pretty much everything has to stack up in a certain way. I gotta feel a certain way
to do it.
And life doesn't work like that. And I think a lot of people don't realize that these are the things that 3% is doing. This is why they're the 3%. Mm-hmm. Because when they don't want to wake up, they're waking up. When they got to keep going, they keep going for the simple fact that they're convicted that, yo, I got to make this happen. But the 97%, You always want to go on vacation. Every weekend you want to have a good time. And I'm all for it. Like, you got to rest. That's a part of the human anatomy. You got to take a mental and physical break. But if you're doing it every 3 days, every week, bruh, it's only so much. You're not going to get where you really want to go to.
But not only that, like he just said, you want to go out every weekend. You want to go out every weekend, but you want to be successful in whatever. So say, like he said, motivational speaking. I want to go out every weekend, but it's a conference he just told me about. It costs $500. Oh, no, I ain't got it. Jono.
Yeah.
But last week I just spent about $300. Priorities. What matters the most? Me partying? Or me getting this knowledge that I need to become that 3%? You know what I'm saying? That's successful. Just us. We don't know how to level out. And nothing that he said, and I'm glad that you said that because my pastor hit it on the head today. He said the guy said he's not qualified. Why do we need all this paperwork, certificates, and all this stuff when we go upon something or someone when we're needing something or wanting something just to make sure we're qualified? Because I could get a piece of paper. I could be good at taking tests. So I could take a test, you know what I'm saying, that's going to give me my teacher credentials or whatever it is that I'm going for and hand it to you. Hey, Mr. Charles, I got my paperwork. But that don't mean I'm still knowledgeable in that area. I passed this test, but that don't mean I'm still knowledgeable. That don't mean I'm still passionate. That don't mean I still don't have to take, you know what I'm saying, other routes and do other things to do what I need to do to become successful. And that's even in the teaching field. You gotta pass the GK. You gotta pass your subject area. You gotta pass your professional. Then you're teaching. Then also when you get in, now they want us to get ESOL endorsed. Not only that, now they telling us mental health class we had to take. Now you gotta get that. So now you take all these courses and they say, okay, yeah, you certified, but are we really certified? Are we knowledgeable about the certification that we took, or we just took it because the state mandated, hey, you a teacher, this is what you need on your book for you to continue to teach. I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? America wants you to get all these degrees, qualify for all this stuff, but at the end of the day, to me, it's not about what you know, it's who you know. When you network, you know what I'm saying? To me, it helps you get to the top quicker than sometimes getting a doctorate degree and all. Not bagging anyone who gets a doctor, master's, or a bachelor, but it's not all about certificates and degrees all the time. It's about networking. You know what I'm saying? Researching. How many people we know in debt from college degrees and still ain't got a decent job making over 40 or over 50 qualified though? Now overqualified. You got 2 masters and you mean to tell me you have $40,000 a year? So I went to school to get my bachelor's and master's in debt because I gotta pay these college banks. They want their money back, but I can't get a job that's gonna start me off at $50K. But I'm gonna need to keep getting certificates. For what?
Yeah.
Y'all can miss me with that.
Yo, you know what, Jay? That 3%. I'm big into like knowledge, right? I'm big into attaining knowledge, right? I feel like the more you know, the more you can put in your pocket, right? Like it's the truth of it, right? But at 3%, I feel like number one, they're doers. Right, they're doers. Like for me, if I don't get it done in 2 days, it's not happening for me. Right. So if I don't start putting an effort into something in 2 days, it's not getting done. It's the truth. And most of them are doers. Another thing, they learn a trait. Right. We gotta, like you said about degrees. Okay, because degrees are cool as that. Like you said, like my family's big into that. In the Nigerian community, for them, the title means everything. Yeah. For me, the knowledge is better for me. Right. So if I can learn how to trade currency. If I can learn how to fix credit, right? These are things that allows me to do what? Have my own, right? Do my own. I don't have to work for an individual. I honestly, I feel for a lot of African American people, yes, if you want to work for somebody, cool. You feel you're not able to own your own, but that ownership is nothing like it, dude. Like I've worked for major companies. I made 6 figures before. You know, I've gone up the company line within 5-6 months. You know, for me, like I'm gonna do it. Like if I set this goal for myself, I'm gonna knock it out. But that 3%, they figured out, well, I might be better off owning my own and just hiring all the A students, right? Like that's I saw 50 Cent. He had a whole interview about that. He said, well, I was never a great student, so I just hire all the great students, right?
Yeah.
But do not
Okay.
don't twist that though when it comes to education. Do your best in everything, because if you slip in that area of education, you're gonna slip in all your other areas, 100%. So if you're not even giving your best, and something you gotta go, like say high school, if you gotta be 4 years in, you gotta wake up 5 in the morning, catch a bus, have a parent pick you for 4 years, and you doing the bare minimum to barely pass, and that's like a waste of 4 years for me. Like I'm like, I did 4 years of brutal waking up in the morning and having all these assignments and doing all this, and I'm not trying to come away with something, but it shows in other areas of your life if you're not trying to be beasting there, right? When you go work have your first job, I'm only gonna do the bare minimum. I need to sell 10 shoes for I'm only sell like 8.
But you want a raise though.
But you want a raise, right? You cry about, I want a raise. Why did Billy get a raise and I got like a 5-cent raise? I don't get that. I teach my interns, guys, to be, if you work for somebody, be the employee that they always wanted, right? Like they want you to train everybody. Like you get the highest. Bro, I went as a Target. I went full-time school in college, and I went full-time work. I went to FAMU. I was in Miami-Dade my first year. I transferred to FAMU, and I worked full-time. I didn't have to. I had 4 siblings. My dad was a father, mom was a nurse, but I chose to because I said, you know what? Handle your business with my other siblings. Let me handle mine. I got it. I'm going towards the manhood. But I put my all in 2 different locations, man. We were like number 1, number 2 in a region of 300 stores, right? The one in Miami and the one in Tallahassee. And I was the ideal person to train everybody. Like they wanted, like I started off at $8.50 in like a year and a half, 2 years. I was like $12. Like people who've been there like 5-6 years haven't got to that point yet. But you can see it if when you work hard in one aspect of your life and you do more than the bare minimum, it will translate to every other part of
transfer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And to continue the conversation, I wrote a book. It's called Fed Up, and it's an acronym: Focus, Education, Deception, Unlearning, Push. Right. So in each of those different acronyms, I have a specific thing that I'm targeting. So in the education piece, I speak about education, but I don't speak about education from a systematic perspective. I speak about education from the perspective that life is education, right? So maybe you're not someone that can get that 3.5, that can get that scholarship, that can be valedictorian. However, it doesn't mean that education isn't valuable, right? So you just, and I want to echo what you said, is like, don't do the bare minimum, do your best. But what a lot of times what we end up doing is we're measuring our best to somebody else's best, and because they're doing better than us, we think that, we're not measuring up, so it's not good enough. No. The point is to do your best. As long as you know you're not doing the minimum, you're good. So you do your best. You maximize your efforts. And when you maximize your efforts, then you're able to sleep at night. But what a lot of people don't realize is that systematic education, elementary, middle school, high school, college, it prepares us for every single day life. So if you're able to, like you said, get up in the morning, 5 a.m. in high school, to be at school at 7:30 every single day, what you're gaining is consistency. That's what you're gaining. This is what you can really take out from that experience. Yeah, you may have the 2.5. Yeah, you may have the 3.0. But if you gain the education of consistency, of hard work, of just pushing forward, and you're trying to be resourceful, if you realize that, man, I'm not really good at math. So let me network, be friends with this dude that's good in math so that I can be able to learn from him. Maybe he can tutor me. Or maybe let me go to the teacher after a while and let me ask her, can I get extra assignment? Can she help me out? Maybe you can think about going to study hall, so on and so forth. That's the true education that you're getting out of systematic education. Why? Because those principles are transferable. You got to be able to have great relationships. when you get older. You got to know how to strategize and how to get over the hump when you building a business or you need money for something specific. You can learn those things in education, but I think what happens is we miss the mark. We just look at it like, oh, I got to get A's. I got to get A's and B's. Or I got to get a scholarship. It's more than that. It's a lot more than that. For example, this is, who is it? LeBron's agent, Rich Paul. My man don't have no college degree. But he is right now, like I think he is the first agent, African American agent in general, to ever be on the cover of Sports Illustrated. That is crazy. But my man didn't go to school to learn that. He didn't learn to school. He just naturally business minded. He understood the game. He learned the game. He pounded the pavement. And he took the best opportunity that he could take. His good friend, best basketball player in the world. So he got to match that intensity in his field. So a lot of times we think like, yo, I got to go to school. I got to do this and that and that. No, you got to soak up the experience in general. Not just the A's and B's, but getting those characteristic traits that could transfer into every single time of your life, every single field that you get into.
Like networking, right?
Yeah.
I feel like networking. Join the club.
Yeah.
Join a club. Why not join a club?
Yeah.
Network. You never know who you can meet that could be a valuable asset, or someone you can meet that could turn into somebody that can help you push in life, right? You know, LeBron James, man, like this guy. I first I was like, man, LeBron, Michael. I love Michael over LeBron, and I still do. I think Michael's still the GOAT. But what LeBron was able to accomplish as a man, right?
Yeah.
As an individual, where he allowed his friends to be put on, but he challenged them to match my intensity. Like, match me. Like, I'm going to bring it on the court. I'm going to bring it in different aspects of my family life. Like, here's a guy who's one of the greatest players on this planet right now. Still maintains his family's life. Still able to be a great father, go to Brownies games. Still being able to handle his business side. Make sure everything's in check. And that's where, going back to the excuses, go like, why can't we do that?
Wow.
Because we don't have money. I saw Ludacris. He came out on his Instagram page and he was like, man, he had some funny joker, thought he was cool, comment on one of his photos with his trainer and showing his body off. He was like, you see, like you only have this because of you have money. Like you're able to afford a trainer. And Ludacris said, how the hell you think I was able to afford a trainer? I worked hard. Like, you get what I'm saying? I worked hard. You could do it too, but you choose not to.
Exactly.
Life is full of choices.
Yeah.
You know, life is full of choices.
You go back to those excuses.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Excuses.
Yeah, you making excuses, and that's the thing. Like, man, I got this. I linked up with a local hip hop artist. His name is His name is Absolute, right? His name is Absolute. And you guys can look him up on Instagram. His name is Absolute. And he has some really good, positive, motivational songs. So we came out with this song called Believe. And he's rapping, and I just, I talk at the end. And something that was revealed to me as I was listening to his words and I was thinking of the concept of the song is called Believe. And I thought about it, I was like, man, you know what? Money or a family line or opportunities or having great relationships cannot dictate where you go in life. Mm-hmm. It's a part of it, but the first place you need to start is believing in yourself. That's the first place you need to begin. Once you believe in yourself, then everything else falls in line. That's when the money comes. That's when the relationship comes. That's when the networking and all those different things fall into place. And in the song, it hit me, and I don't know. Even though I came up with the words, it's like I didn't even realize what I was saying myself. And I said, what was it that I said, you are your greatest asset. And I think a lot of people don't realize that you are your greatest asset. So that person that's saying, oh, well, Ludacris, you can afford a trainer. He's like, bro, I work hard for it. Why? In his mind, like, I was the asset to get the money, right? So I put in that work. And I think a lot of us don't realize that we are our greatest asset. Nothing else. Like, if all of us have been blessed with at least one gift and talent, And if we can maximize that gift and talent, then more will be given to us. But I think a lot of times what we do, you make the excuse. You feel like, man, this person got it better off than I do. Man, I don't have what that person has. And maybe you don't have what that person has, but you have something. And I think a lot of people don't realize that, you have something, but you're so focused on what you don't have. You're so focused on that thing that you want, and you don't realize that you have something right now that you can use to get to that point.
Yes.
Everybody has at least one thing. But the problem is you're so focused on what you don't have. And I'm big at, control the controllables. I'm going to focus on what I can control. Listen, I may not be able to dance. I may not be able to sing. I may not, look, I'm 6'8", but I never been to the league. I didn't have but look, I know I can speak to some people. I know I can get some people to get up and move and do something that they really need to. I know I can motivate and inspire people. So I'm going to use my voice. If that's the only thing that I have, I'm going to use that. You know what I mean? But a lot of us, we're so focused on the end result. We're so focused on what other people have and you don't have it. And you don't realize, man, you just letting your gifts and your talents rock.
I want to piggyback on something that you said when you said, you're 6'8". I seen a post last week where somebody put, when you see a black man, even though they're 6'8", don't say, oh, why you ain't playing football or basketball? So when you see that black man, tell him, hey, you are a lawyer. Yes. You are a doctor. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are more than what they perceive you to be. Just because you're tall, you got to play sports. Exactly. Like, no, why can't I be a lawyer? Why can't I be a doctor? Why can't I be a physical therapist? Right. Like, why do I have to catch a ball or run or shoot a ball for me to make millions?
And then they say, oh, you wasting your height, you wasting your size.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'm not wasting my brain.
Yep. Exactly. But that's what they perceive us to be automatically.
The narrative. Yeah. Like they tend to put that narrative on us.
Or even when you're not playing the normal sport like football or basketball, you say, oh, I play soccer, or I play baseball, or I do gymnastics. Wait, what? You black and you?
Yeah. I tell you, like that's the richest sport. Tennis and golf are rich people's sports.
How many people that I know that don't even play tennis or watch tennis, but when golf was on, the whole world was tuned in. I don't care if you knew tennis or not. 8 o'clock in the morning. She playing 8 o'clock in the morning. You're up. You're up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But then it goes back to what you said earlier. Like, why I'm comparing myself to you? You know what I'm saying? I need to move on my own time zone. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. God gave everybody gifts. So I don't know why people be thinking like, man, how he motivation speaker, he doing all this good work, and I'm just saying I want to be a but how you know? Maybe God he ain't put in my heart to be a motivation speaker. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to force something that's not for me because I see you being successful. A lot of people do a lot of things nowadays and get jobs for the money, not because they wake up and they want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a big part, like you said, man. Don't worry about Charles Lane. I want to worry about Giant Lane. I just want to worry about C Lane. You know what I'm saying? I don't care when y'all turn left or turn right. Congrats to y'all, but when my time comes, then you know what I'm saying? I gotta go get it, but I gotta be patient and wait in my lane. You know, everybody else wanna come over to the lane, or you wanna go to other people's lane. No, it don't work like that. But in this world that we living in right now, and then social media perceive a lot. People put pictures on social media, get 1,000 likes, and you think they the man. You go to their house, you like, hold on, wait a minute, this don't even add up.
That's what I call it: social media rich, but bank account broke.
Exactly.
They are making.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a lot, and that plays a lot in the kids as well. You know what I'm saying? They looking at social media, looking at all these rappers and all these people, and at the same time, they probably got money, or they probably know, but at the same time, they're not happy with their life, and you're wondering how they not happy and they got millions of dollars.
Perfect example, Big Sean, right? That's a guy that he struggled emotionally. Like it wasn't. You saw the guy, the swagger and all this, but he took like 2 years off because of mental breakdown.
My goodness.
He took 2, and he's just starting to write again. You know, he's been. You haven't heard an album from this guy in 2 years.
Crazy.
You know, but Meek Mill, when he went after Drake, you know, in documentary Meek Mill, he said that he got addicted to Percocet and lean. So it's like, they make all this money, but their life is not all that.
Man, that's that's like a very spotted point that you put on. And you know why that is? Is because many people are looking for significance in external things. Mm-hmm. But true significance can only come from something from within. I don't know what your belief is. I mean, I believe in God, Jesus Christ, my Savior. My significance comes from a higher power. Mm-hmm. Bruh, money is made by man. Cars are made by man. Riches are made by man. So if you put in all your significance and all your worth in those things, when they're gone, what's going to happen? No, even further, I think this is even deeper. People putting your significance and your value, your worth, and what other people think about you.
Ooh, let's say it again.
Putting your significance, your value, and your worth based off of what other people think about you. That ties into social media, because you trying to take like 20 different pictures so you can get that one angle, so that way you can get those likes, and then every 10 minutes after you post a picture, you're looking, okay, let me see how many likes I got. Let me see how people looking. Oh, what comment did they make? And if once somebody said, oh man, why did you take that picture? Your whole world is over.
I'm about to block this person.
Exactly. You're so concerned. Yeah, exactly. Like, dang, every 10 minutes, like, dang, people don't really like my stuff. So you start questioning yourself. Why? Because you're finding significance in external things. You're finding significance, value, and worth in people's opinions. And there is no possible way that you can live a healthy, whole, full life with always caring about if people like you or not.
I'm telling you, that's where you need a self-check sometime, man. You need to evaluate yourself. Mm-hmm. I feel like one of the strongest opinions is yourself. I feel like that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, that's it. I say, what God think of you and what you think of you.
Yeah.
Right? You may not be the richest yet. And I say yet because you will. I tell everybody I'm going to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Like you're talking to a millionaire right now.
Because you got the mindset already.
I got the mindset.
So it's just a matter of time before your bank account catches up.
And it's going to catch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the truth. And like you said, like, I believe in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I believe what the word says. The word tells you, there's power in the tongue.
Yeah.
Right? And then my actions will follow.
Speak it.
So I start speaking. I'm like, yo, babe, we are going to take off this year. You don't even know what God's going to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I move like it. Like I'm a shaker. I feel like I'm a mixer. I'm a shaker. Like I do it. Coach C definitely one. Yo, Coach C is everywhere. I don't know if Coach C is everywhere, guys. She's on the news. She's on the radio. She's on Steve Harvey show. Hey, I'm speaking it, right?
Yeah.
I'm speaking it into existence, right?
Everything.
Same with Jay. Jay's always looking for the next thing to hop on so he can do to better his platform, right? You know what? And I want to go back to what you said about, not focusing on someone else's gift but your own.
Yeah.
Jay-Z said it I like looking at interviews, guys. I like to pick people's brains.
Yeah.
So Jay-Z had an interview saying,
you gotta look at that 3%.
Yeah, and you know what? And I like those people because when I talk to those young kids, I want to hit people that they know.
Exactly.
So it hits harder, right?
Yeah.
So he was like, yo, the difference between that 3% is that they strengthen their gift. Mm-hmm. They're not worried about trying to create another gift.
Right.
They are focused on their gift and they're moving forward with their gift. That's
strengthening your strength.
That's it.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to.
What about your weakness? How do you?
Well, that's for me. That's based off of philosophy. I know people say like, look, if you're weak at something, you need to work on that. But have you really mastered your gift?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So master this first.
Yeah.
Like you start dipping and dabbing.
Yeah. Because you heard about like the $10,000 rule. There's a $10,000 rule that says if you do something for 10,000 hours, that's when you become a master at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so for 10,000 hours, it kind of takes like over 20 years before you get to that 10,000 hours. You know how many speeches I have to do? And I've been speaking since I was 19. I've been to Africa. I've been to Haiti. I've been to major cities in the country like San Francisco, San Diego, all these different places, speaking in schools and juvenile detention centers, businesses, all these different things. I've been to so many different places. I haven't reached the 10,000 hours yet. You know what I'm saying? So you have to do something so many times before you actually become a master at it. So why are you going to go focus on something else? And I think a lot of times what we do, you have to have that trust factor that if you handle your business in this area, the universe and everything will come together where you will find somebody that will have that something that you're weak in, they will be strong in, and they will come and you guys can partner together. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be able to focus on your strengths. Strengthen your strengths, because that's what you got. I remember Tom Brady. He was saying how, he knows he's not the quickest, he's not the fastest, he's not going to be worrying about trying to do the 40-yard dash all the time, but he knows his precision, him moving in the pocket, he's working on the things that he's great at. Steph Curry, same thing. Yeah. After he won his first MVP, what he said? I'm not the strongest, I'm not biggest, so I'm not going to be working on no post moves. I'm just going to be working on making my three-point shot better. Yep. That's it. So strengthening your strengths.
You gotta have the grit, man. I feel like those guys you mentioned got grit.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta, when you get through life, we all have a story, man. Yeah. We all do. Some people have it easier than others, but it's always somebody that probably got it easier than you too. Always do. And I'm hearing all these stories about kids being homeless and graduating, 4.5 GPA, a skateboarder got no legs, but he's skateboarding, right?
Yeah.
It's so crazy, man, and we have to focus on the gift. I told Coach C about on Thursday, man. It really wasn't in great. It was like as a statue for me there, because the interns showed me they went above and beyond, and my staff showed me how much they thought of me. Like all the hard work, all the talks, all the stop doing this, you gotta do better here. Yeah. When they celebrated me, and I was like, God, like this is it. Yeah. Like I'm even going. Like it gave me life again. Like I'm like I knew I'm supposed to help the youth, but this right here gave me life. Mm-hmm. And I know that's my strength, and I'm gonna hit it like I never hit it before. Yeah. Right? I'm not gonna go, okay, God, you told me to work with the youth, but you know what? I want to see if I can go with Eric Thomas and speak across the country and get this done. And God's like, hell no, get your butt back over here, focus on your strength. Yeah. And what I told you, because ultimately, your gift is going to lead you to the life you want to live. Look at Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. Look at these guys. What's his name? The guy that everybody reveres financially. Like he's just, what's his name? He just bought Heinz ketchup not too many years ago. Warren Buffett. Like Warren Buffett speaks of it. He says, guys, like number one, learn. Always be a learner. Yeah. Right? Always be a learner. But then also attack your gift. Yeah. Attack it. Like just don't. If you're a singer, right? Most singers when they know they can sing, they're trying to go to every club and try to get shown up, right? Like a boxer can't say, you know what, I want the MMA today. Hell no, but like, bro, become a Floyd Mayweather first, and then if it fails, you did everything you could do, and it fails, then go hop on something else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. End of the day, it is what it is.
I agree with all what y'all said. Let me piggyback on you when you were saying you're gonna be a millionaire, and then you said you speaking it in existence. Man, I ain't gonna say a lot of times, but numerous of times in summer, people, ask Coach, man, Coach, you want to be a millionaire? You want to be a millionaire? I was like, you know what? To be honest with you, I don't want to be a millionaire. I just want to live a life where I'm comfortable, where I can wake up, and if I want to catch a flight that same day, I can do it. I ain't got to worry about, I got to go on my savings, or this going to be the last little bit of my check-ins. No, I want to live a comfortable life. I don't care about being rich. I just want to live a comfortable life and doing what I love and loving what I do. So at the end of my camp, I told my workers that I say 2 of them was going to college. I say make sure you go to college, number one, for something that you want to do and not your parents want to do, and then make sure you go to college for something that you love and you work hard towards, not just because you saying okay, I'm gonna be an engineer because engineers start off at $100,000. No, because at the end of the day, you're gonna be miserable. Yeah, the money gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? But it's not nothing that you love. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Exactly. So this right here, this is what I love. You know what I'm saying? I love working with kids. You know what I'm saying? I found my purpose, swag. So now I'm just opening up different avenues within swag. You know what I'm saying? So it can branch out and do more for the kids and have more opportunities. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and say, shoot, this man booming with motivational speaking, so let me go open up a motivational let's say building or something.
Yeah.
That ain't my calling. Why I want to go that avenue? Cause I've been doing what I'm doing before him, but he just instantly moved up in what he got going on.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
Yeah.
Like, I can't. I got to stay my course. I got to do what I need to do to elevate Swag, to elevate Coach C, to elevate Christina and the things
100%.
the gifts that God blessed me with. Because there's some things that I'm blessed with that he ain't got. I'm sorry. It just ain't going to happen, and vice versa. There's some things that he got that I ain't going to never get. I just got to sit back and watch. And, all right, man, Jay, I see you, boy. Same thing with you. It's some gifts you got that it just ain't my strong, ain't going to be on my strong side.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with, I don't want to compare myself to you guys. You know what I'm saying? I want to learn from you guys. Okay, I take a little bit. Okay, I see how when Jay do this is how he move. I see how Charles do this is how he move. Okay, let me take a little bit of that, and put it in what I got going on.
Yeah.
Not take all of what you got, or copy your image and bring it to me. And it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
It's not authentic.
It's not authentic.
Yeah.
It's not authentic. And I think, and another thing, which y'all talking about the 3%. Another thing people don't know, that 3% of the millionaires that they do is they take risks.
Oh yeah, you gotta jump.
We as people are afraid to leap. If I open up this business and I spend all my lives, well, what if it don't succeed? What is the what ifs? You don't know because you ain't never tried. You got the what ifs, and how about just go for it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't call it failure. I call it a lesson learned. Okay, boom, I try to open this up. You know, that ain't work. Okay, let me see. The next time I do it, I want to do it this way. I don't want to work exactly. I learn from it.
It has to happen for you to, man. These guys fail millions of times.
Exactly. Exactly.
You're gonna fail. Don't be so complacent with failing. Don't get too comfortable. Just fail and want to do better. If you fail again, shoot, let's go. If you fail again, oh, maybe God, what you want to do? Hell yeah, do it. Let's go again, God. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying?
That, don't be complacent with failing, and also don't be afraid to learn. Ask questions. You know, a lot of times we think we know it by all to ourselves, or I want to ask him about motivational speaking because he might think I'm trying to be like him because I want to be a motivational speaker. So every time I see him, I'm gonna toot my lips up.
Yeah.
No. Why we both can't eat?
Exactly.
It's enough platform in the world for all of us to eat. That's what I don't get with people. You know what I'm saying? People try to keep things to themselves. Why you can't share your knowledge? Because guess what? I'm gonna share my knowledge to the next young man or the next young lady that asks me, hey coach, how you started this? How was Swag operator? How you became a teacher? Whatever the case may be. I'm gonna share my knowledge. Guess what? Because it's enough money that's going around for everybody to eat.
Coach, about I thought of this gazelle thing, man. I'm from Nigeria, so I use a lot of animal analogies, so I'm gonna let you guys know. But the gazelle, right? Instead of both of us trying to fight to kill this one gazelle, if we work together, we'll make it easier on ourselves and catch the gazelle easier, right? Versus I'm gonna try to get before you. You try to get before me, and we both missing. Yeah. Versus and that's what I feel like this world has become. I feel I'm gonna rewind it. Our communities have become. Yeah. Like, ain't no one want to put nobody on no more, right? Or if they do try to put them on, they think it's a handout. Like, no, you gotta work. Exactly. You gotta work. Yeah. And go back to the millionaire thing. You know, I'm comfortable as hell. My family's good. I'm good. My family knows that about me. But I always was taught that, you know, shoot higher, right? So if I shoot for the heavens, at least if I miss, I'm landing the stars. Right. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I was always taught, like, if I shoot for the heavens, at least if I miss high. So I landed a star. Yeah. Absolutely. You know, but I know for me, and you mentioned earlier the why. You know, your why will define you, right? Like, your why, you want to take care of your family. You want to be this great. You want to be this phenomenal motivational speaker that honestly, I feel like you don't care if you're revered, but I feel like you're respected enough that like what's his name, Eric Thomas in a way, but as long as you take care of your family, you're good. Yeah. I don't know what type of, I'm like, yo, my family good, I'm Gucci. Yeah, like, absolutely, 100%. If I don't care in the world, my family good, I'm good. Yeah. Like, I could be wearing Bobos. Yeah. I promise you right now. Yeah. My kids dressed nice, my wife looking nice, we got a nice little, I'm okay with that. Yeah. I feel as if right now, and I'm gonna do a check on a lot of the men in our community. I feel like we take care of a lot of them take care of themselves versus their families. they have the newest Jordans before the kids' hair is combed, right? You know, like they looking fly, haircut, newest stuff, sun hair peasy, like you get me? Like that's why I hate me.
Bills unpaid.
Bills unpaid, yeah. I tell you, I hate.
Because the shoes is more important.
I hate going to the barber and get a haircut most times without my son. Unless it's like if I have like a meeting, I gotta go. Like I gotta have.
Yeah.
But I hate. You know why? I'm like, no, I'm not going without my son because he can't be looking a mess if I'm a mess. Exactly,
absolutely.
You know, and that's what I feel a lot of. We really want to address it for a lot of men and young men because at some points, a lot of you 17, 18-year-olds in most other countries, you're men at 14. You have to take care of your families at this point.
Yeah.
So when you think that at 18 it's gonna get easier for you because you graduated high school, I don't know about that, big fella. Hold on, big fella, gonna hit you right in the face pretty hard. And let me ask you a question real quick, Jay. You mentioned earlier about it's been in my mind about the mentorship. How do you value mentoring? You have mentors. Like, how has that helped you through your journey and process?
Oh man, let me tell you something. For me, mentors are everything. Mentors are everything because when I got into that car accident, I totaled my car, crashed into a house. That's when the light bulb went off, and I was like, "Yo, I got to do something different. I got to do something different, not just for myself, but coming from a family where it's very separated, very scarce. And I had younger siblings, but I didn't stay with them. They stayed with their mom. I realized that, man, I got to be that example. But even though I had that desire, I didn't know how to be that example. I didn't know how to turn my life around. I didn't know how to make this giant change that I wanted to make. So then I had to start looking. My eyes started to open up. And I strongly believe, man, when you have a desire, when there's something that you want to do, you can say it in your mind, you can speak it out loud. The stars are going to start to align in order for you to start making waves to get there. There's going to be breadcrumbs that's going to lead you down a certain path. So I was like, man, I need help. I don't know how to do this. You know, I don't got no men in my family who are successful. I don't have any family members, no real friends like that. But what helped me out was I went to this church. My grandmother was very religious, so we went to church every weekend without a shadow of a doubt. No problem. Like, yo, I was 14, bruh.
8 days.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, I was like, yo, you know, I need that assistance. I need that guidance. So because we went to church all the time, and even though I was coming home 3, 4 in the morning at the age of 14, 15 years old, I had no choice. I had to go to church, or I wouldn't have a place to rest my head. That's how serious my grandmother was. It was that deep. And that saved my life because at the church, there were some very influential men that were there. And they were just about like 4 or 5 years older than me. And I was able to like really connect with them, and they became my mentors. One specifically, man, that's my guy. I was with him yesterday. Like, yo, he helped me. He made me understand how to speak to people. Because, you know, you're growing up, you know, black community, you're just kind of like, whatever. You talk to people any type of way. You got no filter. You're just like, whatever. So he educated me on that. He educated me on how to have a romantic relationship with a woman. He educated me on how to make moves, how to be smart about certain things. He really schooled me. So that mentorship from that level really propelled me, and I believe that in every single area, and I see it every single area of my life, I've always had mentors. Like doing the motivational speaking thing, you know, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to, you know, connect with the best. I'm trying to figure out how to do things. So I ended up going to one of Eric Thomas's conferences, and I was just bold about it. I just went up to him. I was like, yo, hey, look, I'm trying to connect with you. What's good? We exchanged numbers or whatever. He was like, yo, talk to my man CJ. That was his He was like, connect with CJ. So CJ has, more than Eric Thomas, has been very influential in my journey, you know? And it's like, I could just call him up, text him, like, yo, I'm trying to do this and that and that. It was like, okay, cool. We'll talk later. Just do this and that, boom, boom. So those type of things, though, when you have those type of relationships, it's like those things, there's no way you can get to the next level. But in the same breath, when you have the mentors, you have to be very careful not to completely take the persona of your mentor. You you grab from them. Like you said, get ingredients here, ingredients there to make your own little dish, right? So you have to know that they're their own person, and you just want the principles. You don't want to be like them, because the path and the methods that they took to get to where they got to, those same things may not work for you.
Right.
But what works for everybody is being consistent. Mm-hmm. What works for everybody is sacrificing. What works for everybody is being persistent. So those are the type of things that I take from certain mentors. You know what I'm saying? You take those principled things from them. But if you're trying to be like, oh, I gotta look like them, I gotta dress like them, I gotta over here, they did that, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna speak this, like, it's not gonna work like that. You know what I mean? So there's two sides to the mentorship. You need it in order to get to the next level. And mentorship, I feel like it's a full circle type of thing. You have the people that's ahead of you that you're connecting with. You connect with the people ahead of you because you're trying to get to where they're getting to, right? Then you have the people behind you, right? They see where you are and they're trying to get where you are, so you got to mentor them. Then you have the people like us here that are on the same lane. We go on the same path at the same time. We connected with one another to lift each other up. Okay, you got this thing going here. Okay, I can come through for you. Let's do this, so on and so forth. So mentorship is just it's a long scale. It's not just like, oh, I want to be just like this guy. I need to connect with this person over here. But if you want mentor, you got to be willing to get mentored and be mentored, and just
criticism.
Right? Yeah.
Take criticism. I think that's very key. I feel like we get so offended so easy in life nowadays. You know what I'm saying? We're too sensitive. If you expect someone to try to help correct you, take it. Like Coach C, when I was coming up with this my mentoring program, after watching her do it for 3 years, and now she's going for the 5th year now, going to 5th year now. And I think when I started my last year, so I was watching her first 4 years, and I'm like, dog, this is what I want to do. I need to be an impact, And as I was building my own, she was, okay, you gotta do it this way. No, you can't do it this way. Okay, that's cool. Okay, I like that. It's real good. And I was listening to that criticism in the way of that. I know she was trying to get me to where I need to go, because she went through that rough patch already. So she's trying to help me avoid that, right? So Coach, she was trying to help me, okay, instead of going this way, because I went there, don't go that way, come back this way, you know what I'm saying? And she's been phenomenal, man. Like this is my ace in the hole right here, man. Like I'm moving the way I'm moving because the way she's moving, you know what I'm saying? And I have other mentors as well throughout my life. My father was in my life, but not in my life. My father, I feel okay speaking about it now. He just wasn't the guy I needed him to be. For me, my brother, my siblings, and at 7 years old, when he almost died from a stroke, I had to become the man in the household. But because I couldn't look to my father to when he came off the stroke and was good and wasn't caring for his family like he should have, I looked to different men in the community. I looked for basketball coaches. I looked for uncles. I looked for different people that could take a piece, like you said, an ingredient from them and implement in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I have an uncle who, he got grit, man. Like, that guy has a grit, like he's tough as nails. But he will tell you, if he see me get pants sagging, he told my intern outside, we were at Walmart, we saw him there, he's like, hey, but his pants wasn't sagging, his shirt was up. So it was like the most craziest thing. So he's like, what are you doing? Are you stupid? Do you want to be a thug? Do you want to be a gangster? Or are you? Because he's taught in inner city for years, so he's seen a lot of young men that went left or went right. So he's like, he's so passionate about trying to prevention, right? Yeah. Prevention is better than cure.
Absolutely.
So he was like, you have to do better. You're a nice looking young man. Don't be a dog. Why would you want to do that? And uncle, wait, let me explain. He was just like, oh, okay. But for 10 minutes, he went off on him. And the kid, he was looking at him like, bro, what did I do? I don't even know this guy. He's snapping on me. And I had to explain to my uncle. He went, oh, okay, I get it. But that's where I get my grit from. Watching, getting the little ingredients and using it for myself.
Yeah, and I wanna go back on that. Right? I think we keep coming to the same spot, right? Excuses. Mm-hmm. We keep going to the same spot. You could have easily said, man, my dad is not the man that he's supposed to be, right? And I did it for a long time. My dad isn't there, my mom isn't there. I did it for a long time making those excuses. But when you really truly desire something, when you want to get to a certain space in your life, when you say, hey, I'm right here at point A, but I want to get to point B, there's certain things that start to happen and start to shift in order for you to make that step there. So now what happened for you was like, yo, you know, my dad, he's here, but he's not really here. I need something to help me, to teach me how to be a man, how to grow, how to conduct myself as a man in this country. How do I move forward? But what did you do? You saw the coaches. Your eyes opened up to the coaches. Your eyes opened up to your uncle, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna gravitate towards that. But I know a lot of people, man, they be on this like, yo, yeah, my dad wasn't there, bro. I have one of my cousins, man. I love him to death, but his mother passed away, man. When I was probably like 15 years old, man. That was like over 15 years ago, and I hadn't spoken to him in a long time. And he hit me up maybe like 6-7 months ago, and then he was like, yeah, you know, I've never been the same since my mom passed away. I'm like, bruh, what? Like, yo, that's almost 20 years ago. Why are you still on that? You letting that hang you up? And don't get me wrong, I'm a family therapist, so I understand the emotional and the cognitive things that you go through when you lose somebody. But there comes a point in time when you're just making an excuse not to move on and not to do greater things. So you could have easily been like, yeah, my dad wasn't there. And I know people like that, oh yeah, my dad wasn't there. So what? How about you be the dad that you didn't have?
Exactly.
Like, so what? Like, that's the reality. Your reality is that, and this is the thing a lot of people don't understand, that when you're born, you're a character. You're a character in a story. You're a character in your parents' story. You're a character in your family story when you're born. However, there comes a specific time where you have to make the decision to become the author. You have the decision to pick up the pen and write the story out. And how do you write that story out? You make the necessary decisions regardless of what the other book said. You make the necessary decisions to start writing. And no matter what comes up, no matter what barrier, challenge happens, whatever comes up, you're still writing. You still got that pen and you're writing. But what a lot of people do, you want to stay in that excuse phase. And if you stay in that excuse phase, you're just a character. So we got a whole bunch of grown men and women in our community. A bunch of characters, 25, 30, 45, 50, 60 years old, living your whole life, never making the decision to truly become the author in your story.
Absolutely.
Not even not just to piggyback on both of what y'all said. Not even the older ones. You got the young ones. You got these kids in middle school and high school making excuses of why you come to school without a pencil but you got a book bag, or why you don't have paper in your book bag. Yeah, and got the Spurgeon book bag, whatever, 100 or 20. How you got this nice little book bag, all these Jordans on, and you don't have a pencil or notebook to learn? But you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be a millionaire, but you're not gaining any type of education, any type of knowledge. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like what millionaire are you gonna be? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And to me, instead of me, if I'm gonna collect shoes, I'm gonna collect them and flip them. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna collect them and wear them, because guess what? Mm-hmm. Once you put on it, just like a car, the value goes down. Once you spend $200 and you walk out of that Foot Locker, Champs, or Finish Line, that shoe it done went down. Especially when you put on your feet, it's a wrap. Yeah. Any scuff mark, you're never going to get the same amount of what you pay for that shoe when you sell it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, excuses. I'm never for excuses, and to even double back on more of what y'all said, mentoring. I think mentoring is huge. I think everybody needs a mentor at all ages. I don't care if you're 7 years old, you should still have a mentor. And a mentor, don't get it twisted. A lot of people think your mentor has to be older than you. No way. You got mentors that's younger than you that kind of know more, that's mature. So don't think because, man, I know somebody who's 25 and I'm 30, they can't mentor me. The devil is a lie. They can most definitely mentor you and teach you some things that you don't know and should have known, or you know what I'm saying, get you to where you need to go. You know what I'm saying? So I think mentoring is big, and even Eric Thomas said this too. As you grow and elevate, every elevation determines a different you. And also every elevation, sometimes the people that you be around can't go with you. You know, you have outgrown that mentor. You have outgrown that relationship with that person. You have outgrown this workspace. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we as people, again, don't like to take risks. Man, if I leave this mentor and I gotta start over with telling somebody my whole story. Man, if I leave this relationship, now I gotta start from scratch with learning somebody new and getting to know them. Man, if I leave my job, you know, how I know the two people that I'm working with, new people that I'm working with, they gonna like me. The old job people like me, but guess what? You making more money. You gotta grow now. You need another challenge. You comfortable. You can do this work right now in your sleep. This one gonna challenge you. But you forgot when you first got this job, this one was challenging you. But now you done got so comfortable and you settling. Well, 50K is okay. I don't need to go to 60K because now I gotta put in a little bit extra work. But once again, I wanna be rich. But I, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to take that leap. I don't want to take that risk. I don't want to move further and get out my comfort zone.
People want reward without the work.
Exactly.
Without the work.
Exactly. And then again, we all can vouch. I wish I had my mom and dad. I was raised by my grandparents. And am I gonna make that an excuse of why I can't be successful? Who cares? At the end of the day, I can tell 1,000 people that story. Guess what they gonna say? Okay, Coach C. Okay, Christina. Keep it moving. Next.
Exactly.
Like, tell me something that, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna motivate me. Tell me something that I can help you with. I can't help you with the past. The past is the past. We're in the future. Like you said, 20 years later, 20 years ago, your auntie died. Your cousin gotta get over that. Okay, if that's the case, I'm gonna take who raised me, whatever, and I'm gonna make me become a beast. Because if that person put all their forth and effort in raising me and did all they can, guess what? This is my reward on earth until we meet again in heaven. I'm a grind. Even when I don't feel like grinding, I'm a grind because the person that took care of me, I knew grind. They gave me their last. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the type of excuses I'ma have. I'm not gonna have the type of excuse of, just because, I don't have parents or I don't know how to be a parent. No. Break the cycle.
Break it.
Break the cycle, like you said. Pick up a pen. Boom, here you go. I'm the author. I'm going to write this story. I'm not going to keep the same book that's been hand me down, turn the page, write something else. Now I'm going to give it to my child. Oh, I had a baby at 15. Now, okay, it's okay. My daughter got one at 15. No, break the cycle. You know what I'm saying? We keep doing things over and over again, and we thinking it's okay. We accepting it. Nobody's saying, hey, this is it. This is enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be the change. And again, it goes with us taking risks. It goes with another thing. I don't want nobody talking about me. I don't want nobody saying I'm too hard. I don't want nobody thinking I'm better than them. When I'm just trying to elevate.
Sometimes you got to worry about yourself.
Yeah.
You know what? That's funny. Like you mentioned that you worrying about people. You don't want people to say, oh, you better than them, or you elevating, they looking at you like, oh, whatever. And I just had that conversation with my wife this morning because she told me something that somebody said about me. It's like, Jono, he's a good person, but he's not a nice person. And I was trying to figure out, okay, I don't know how those two. I don't know how you get that, but I realized what it is. You know what I told my wife? I said, you know what? What it is people mistake arrogance and self-confidence people mistake arrogance for self-confidence. And you think that, because I know what I'm doing, and I'm just not second-guessing myself, and you telling me to do this, and I'm like, no, I'm not arrogant, I just know what I'm doing. And even if I don't know what I'm doing, this is what I want to do. And you're not going to tell me to do that. Just because you want me to do that, I'm not going to do that. So when you have that type of bravado, you have that type of confidence in your moves, people look at you like, oh, wow, I can't tell you nothing. Oh, you're the type of person that this and this. No, it's nothing to do with that. It's just that I'm confident in myself, number one, and I'm okay with messing up and doing it my way. That's the thing. Like, I hate to do something that somebody else tells me to do, and when it doesn't happen, I'm like, dang, why did I do
Especially when there's money involved.
Especially when
you told me to go to him and fix my car. This man messed it up.
I'd rather do my own thing. I'd rather say, look, I'm going to do it this way, and if it messes up, I can live with that at night. Why? Because I made that decision. It's not based off of somebody else. I made it. But I can't sleep at night if I'm second guessing. Like, you telling me to do this, and then you like, and then I do it. And it's like, dang, it didn't work out. Like, why didn't I just do it the way I wanted to do it?
People like that would naturally hate you, right?
Absolutely.
Like it just when they see you doing good and grinding, and they're not living their type of life they want, they would naturally hate you. The reason why water and fire don't mix. You on fire, you burn up.
That's a good one.
You got someone's watered down that just okay with life, and they see you trying to shoot for your best life, and you talking about, well, I might be going to Bermuda because I'm like speaking engagement. Then why you always gotta gloat about that, man? You don't want to hear that.
Right.
No, fam. You just being a hater.
Simple as that.
Haters are people that want to do what you want to do, but don't have enough guts to do it.
Bro, let me tell you something. You know what that is? It's what I said was you want what others have, but you're not willing to sacrifice like others do.
No, you're not.
That's what it is.
They're gonna hate on it, and they're gonna be sour about it, and they're gonna make you seem like the bad guy every chance they get.
Yeah.
Right. But you know what? I'm so, especially this is where knowing God is so key for me. I feel like I don't work with your plan. I work with me and God's plan.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Like, cause your plan it's not paid in my way. It's not paying my bills.
Yeah.
I'm not taking care of my family.
Yeah.
You know, not taking me to the heights I want to reach. No. I gotta leave you on the outside of my box. I'm sorry. I love you. Like God told me to do it. Either way, I gotta pray for you.
Yeah.
But when God told me move, I remember. Even say something. When I left, I left Tires Plus. I went to LA Fitness. Moved to the company. But I had a raise waiting, like an offer for a new club waiting for me there for 3 weeks. I said, God, if not what you want me to do, pull me out. He pulled me out, and I was kind of hot. I was hot because they put the gift to me. They didn't give it to me anymore. I'm like, well, I can't be here no more. Mm-hmm. So I left, and I know we have moved back down with my mother and father-in-law. We live in commercial. I said, that commute's too crazy. Because wifey's in school over here at St. Thomas. I work down here in Miami. It's a 45-minute drive. We can't do no more. And I asked my father-in-law, I'm like, can you let us stay here until she graduates? And yeah, of course. Okay, awesome. And we'll look for a house. Perfect. But when I left LA Fitness, I know in the back of their minds, I know they're like, are you guys gonna be good? Like financially, we can't carry this all you guys in here. Hey, tell Charles he gotta go back to work. Tell him and I'm like, and I'm seeing so much like, and I love my mother. Like they're the greatest mother I ever had. Like ever only will have. But like they're one and done, baby. One and done, man. And I love them so much, dude. Like to the point I'm like, I know. Especially my father-in-law, like he's giving me some of the most dopest advice, and I really look for him as a mentor as well. My mother-in-law always has to carry me. I love her. But I knew in the back of the mind, would he be able to take care of the family right now? Hey, talk to him. Maybe he could change his mind. Yeah. I'm going into starting a tutoring and aftercare that you don't know how much money you're going to make. You don't know how you're going to survive.
But you have faith.
But I have faith, and God willed it that because I almost gave up at one point, and God told me, He said, because I was like, God, okay, what I'm doing, I'm trying to get move my other areas, so like money comes in while I'm doing this and building. And He blocked all those areas. And He told me, He said, when He says no, that's where I learned about Inky Johnson's when God says no. And Inky is a beast too, man. Inky Johnson's a phenomenal beast. And then when I got in, I said, God, I'm rocking with you. Like, after I saw the video, motivational speech from him, I'm like, when God says no. And honestly, when God blocks other areas, because this is the area He wants me in. So regardless of who thinks it. So my mind just got rewired. And I'm like, all right, cool. Whoever's saying whatever, it's cool. It's fine. I'm gonna be in this, and this is where God gonna lead me. And honestly, for the last 8 months, financially, we're taken care of. I'm like, where the hell does money come from? I've been paying my employees. I haven't paid myself nothing yet, but I've been Ubers. I'm like, God, but different things. Money's been coming in. I told wife, I said, look, like God is guiding us because He knows it's a process. You talk about process all the time, Coach.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. And for me, the process is God. Like, so I gotta trust in Him. God, boom. All right, you laid it out. I know you're fixing this door so I can get into it, right? And honestly, I told you how they celebrate me, and I'm like, God, like the impact is being made. Yeah, you get me? Like this is what's happened. People are, and
it's just beginning.
It's beginning. You
know what I'm saying?
And this is the gift. So now I'm focusing on my gift, but I'm taking out outside distraction, white noise. I'm pushing it out. I don't have time for it because you may tell me, well, you're not making as much as you used to make. God gonna make it there one day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm happy.
I'm happy
in this place that I am, and I still don't want for anything.
No, and it's perfect. You know what? The other day I was telling my cousin, he said, "Yo, he was thinking about getting into entrepreneurship by having his own. He's a trainer, get clientele. I'm like, yo, do it. Don't work for LA Fitness. Don't go work for you Fit. Pull your own. You're gonna work harder. Pull it. It's ownership." I said, you know what? My son was sick the other day. I didn't have to call into a boss and ask, "Hey, can I get time off?" I didn't have to do that.
You are the boss.
I am the boss. I say, "Hey, Charles. Yes, Charles. Yeah, man. Can I take today off? No problem. All right, go ahead." That's talking to myself. I'm like, yo, like I can take off right now. Oh, thank you, Charles. You're welcome, Charles. All right, and I'm gone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it hit when I took him, bro. It hit it on the head. I'm like, God, this is the peace I've been looking for. I missed so many family events because of working 6 days a week. Remember Tires Plus? I was there 86 hours a week. Made 6 figures, but couldn't enjoy my money. Isn't that crazy? Wow. I didn't go on that one vacation. With 86 hours a week, 100 grand. Not one vacation. Money just sitting in the bank. So I'm like, God, but now it's like, I can go to this, I can go to that family function, I can take care of my son. He's gonna start basketball soon. I can do baseball with him. I can go to my daughter's dancing. So I can do this. It's just so much peace of mind. Because God is peace, and this is what He's giving me. He said, Charles, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Boom, right here. Don't venture here. Don't venture here. I don't care if the president comes here. Oh, Charles, you need to do. Or Obama comes in. Hey, you need to do this. At the end of the day, is what God has ordained me to do in life, and that's what I'm walking with right now. And it took me a while to figure it out, but now that I see God, ultimately, your decision is the best decision and the best way, the best path. No matter who's in my ear offering on type of money, if it's what you want, because that money can go and come today and tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But anything God touches, it's all yours. Yeah. It's never gonna leave you.
Yeah, that what the Giant said. Anybody can have money, but when you don't have the money, how you react? What's your reaction? You know what I'm saying? Are you still gonna praise the Almighty? Are you still gonna work hard? You know what I'm saying? Are you still gonna do the things that you was doing as if you didn't have money? See, money is the root of all evil, and money changes people. You know what I'm saying? You got some people who make money and it's humble. But then you got some people who make money and just flashy, disrespectful. You know, you be like, wait, where is this coming from?
But I wanna push back on that just a little bit. You said money changes people. Nah, money doesn't change people. Money just reveals who you already were.
That's deep.
That's deep. You were already that person. Now you just have access.
That's deep.
To be that person.
It's been there, dude.
Yep. The love of money. That's what. Because it's not money. That's the problem. It's really you. That's the problem. You the problem. So when you get the money now you can do and be and whatever you want to do. But if you were already a given person, you get money, you're gonna be a given person. Like Bill Gates, he still gives. Nothing changed.
So you don't think at some point, even when we're younger, we be saying we seeing stuff on TV. Man, if I had $1,000 right now, man, I'll go, get a car. Or if I had $1,000 right now, I just put it in my savings and let it sit. And then when money come, you get this lump sum of money. You like, oh my gosh, okay, I know I say I do this, but then I do this. You got some people that'll say, I was gonna, I was gonna give this $5,000 to the homeless shelter, but I just went and seen this Cuban link, and I'm from Miami. That's where everybody wearing now, so I'm gonna go get it.
It wasn't. It sound. The thing about it is, a lot of times we say things because it sounds good in theory. It sounds good. And it's a noble thing to do, so you say it. But now when the rubber meets the road and you actually get that money in your hands, now your true values will be exposed. Now you're going to really see where your heart is for real. So you can say, oh yeah, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Like for example, man, recently, just full transparency, December 2018, my wife and I, we decided to move back in with her mom. Because I was like, yo, we're talking about that college debt. I said, yo, I gotta kill this thing. I gotta rape this thing. I gotta cut it down. We got this debt. We gotta cut it down. So the best thing to do is move from Miramar, come back to North Miami. Let's stay there. So we decided to make that decision, right? So now we're big believers in giving 10% of our income every time we get money, right? So we're starting to save up money. We're saving up. we're cutting down debt, everything's going smooth up until this point. But then we have somebody that we know, young family, have a son that's like a year and a half old. The husband, he's in school. Not only he's in school, but he's working as a firefighter full time. And she's not working, she's home. And they're like really struggling financially. Terribly, like struggling. So, you know, I'm having a conversation with them. We're talking or whatever, so on and so forth. And so I think to myself, I'm like, you know what? Man, I think we just need to give them a couple of hundreds of dollars. Let's spot them $500. That's how I felt the conviction in my heart. Let's do that to them, right? And so what the impression that I got was like, hey, for me, I believe in teamwork. I believe in partnership. So I don't make any money decisions or even minor or major decisions without my wife. So my conviction was, man, even though my wife is not on board, let's say she's not on board to giving them $500. I need to take out of my business money because it's my conviction.
Right.
I need to take out my business fund.
But sometimes it's yours conviction is not her, and vice versa.
Exactly.
Vice versa.
Exactly. So I was like, yo, this is my conviction. I got to be able to take out that pot out of my business to show that I'm serious about doing it. And then in my heart, like, David, God, please, man. I was saying, like, yo, please, man. So we having a conversation. I told her, she's like, oh, I don't know, man. We just started saving. We making good headway. I don't know. I said, you know what? Just sleep on it because I'm not a forceful person. I don't like to force my opinion and my ways on people. So I'm like, you know,
because it ain't from the heart.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If you're doing it just cause, guess what? It's gonna be in the back of your head. Exactly. Replay, and you're gonna bring it up one day.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I told her just sleep on it. I told her just sleep on it, and the next day she was like, "Okay, cool, yeah, let's do it. I feel like we should do it. It's a good thing to do." Right? And I was like, "Oh, thank you, Jesus." Like, you know, because I was like, "Dang, I take with the business fund. That'd have been hard." And I told her that I was like, "Look, you know, if you didn't want to get the money, I would have been okay with it. But I know that was my conviction. I had to take from the business fund, right? Which is not, I ain't balling out of control. I'm really stacking my chips every single time I have an engagement. I'm trying to stack my chips little by little, do little things here and there. So it's not a lot, but I really value helping people out monetarily. And because I really value that, even when I don't have a lot, if I have that conviction to go outside of what I normally give people, if I have that conviction, I gotta put my money where my mouth is, you know, no pun intended, put my money where my mouth is and be like, yo, this is what I'm gonna do. You never wait. It's funny to me. People always say, when I get this amount of money, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. Why are you waiting for that? You don't have nothing right now? You don't got $2 right now where you can help somebody? You don't got any type of money right now in this season that you're in? Well, if you really desire, if you really love helping people the way you say you love helping people, won't you cut back on buying the Jordans? Won't you cut back on buying the latest designer things? Won't you cut back on going out to eat and do all these different things? Cut down on those things so you can have a little bit, 20, 30, 50, or whatever it is, so that you can help a kid get some shoes or get a shirt for school, so on and so forth. So that's what I'm saying. It's not money. It's what you truly value for real. The money just exposes what you really value.
And you know what, dude? When it comes down to it, like you said, it's the heart.
Yeah.
And I truly believe, I'm in love with the Bible because I just think that this pop up at God, like, it's just principles, right? Bible says, if you want to be blessed, bless people, right? So if you're in the hardest part, like financially in your life, I used to be in some tough financial binds after I left, you know, and started this business. Then I'm like, God, I got like $3 in my pocket, man, and that was the money I'm supposed to get this and that, or $10, $20, $30. I remember talking like $50, and God, I said, you know what? I'm in the time right now where I need to bless somebody. So I just found a way to get rid of that $50 and bless somebody, right? And I don't know. Sometimes you don't know how God gonna bless you. You don't know how. Like when. Like it could be today, tomorrow, or when you need it the most, right?
Right.
You're like, damn, I'm crying. I'm about to be kicked out, man. Oh, hold on. $1,000 that fell from the damn sky. What happened? Like, perfect time. I know it's been out a year, but it's perfect timing. God's time is all perfect. If you need a blessing in your life, I always learn to bless somebody. Like if you need, even if you don't have nothing, like you said, you have a couple dollars. That means you're struggling right now. So if you need, God, I need some leeway, man. Like, go bless somebody. And watch give you that sevenfold. I really believe that. You know, you do a lot. And look what God's doing with swag right now.
Man, I was in Walmart last month in July. standing behind this elderly lady, and she had a couple of things, one too many things, but like you said, conviction. Some said just pay for stuff, and you know me, I'm like, no, God, I ain't listening right now. I just got some chicken. I'm thinking about shopping. I'm about to go out of town. So he ain't go out with all type of jam.
Oh my goodness.
He like, pay for his stuff. I'm like, no, God, I ain't got it.
Yeah.
And what got me instantly, it will always get me. You know, like I said, I can make excuses all day of the woulda, coulda, shouldas, but I always said, okay, I got it. You know why? Because not only did my grandma and grandfather do it for me, you know, I want to do this for her because I had elderlies who raised me, so why not give back? So when the lady instantly went to go look in her purse for the amount, I think it was like $30, $40 came up to, I told the guy to register, I said, I got it. I got hers and mine, just put hers in a separate bag, bring up my stuff. When the lady looked up, she was like, oh, shoot, thank you. I was like, no problem. She said, you know, I just turned 80. I kid you not. The lady did not look 80 years old. She had just turned 80. I said, ma'am, I'm not going to only pay for your bags. I'm going to carry your bags for you to the car. Where's your car? I said, I promise you, because, you know, the day age we stay in, people think, Rob, say, promise you, ma'am, I don't want to rob you. I don't want nothing from you. I just want to do this because this is on my heart. So I walked into the car, opened the door, put her groceries in the back seat for her, then open the door for her. The only thing that I felt bad about during that time that I did that was not getting her number. I should have got her number so I could go clean up her house. Because God wasn't done with me. You know what I'm saying? So I said, you know what? The next time I go back to that Walmart, if I see her, I got to get her number. Or the next elderly person I see and I pay for something for them, I'm getting a number to ask, hey, I'm going to come clean up your house. I'm going to come wash your car. I don't want nothing. I already got my blessing. God going to bless me. And it's crazy because when I did that, I'm going to say about two or 3 weeks later, I got like 2 unexpected checks. My cousin who was struggling looking for a job got a job. So I was telling one of my nephews, I said, you see, I do things not in return for me, but in return for my family members. When I pray, I ain't praying for me. I'm praying for my family members, my friends, my business partners, kids I don't know, kids that I do know, kids in my swag program. I'm praying for everybody. So when I do that, it ain't for me. It ain't about Christina or Coach C on the spotlight. When I'm on the news, I don't just see me on the news. I see me as, dang, I'm changing a child's life. It's more than just likes on Instagram and Facebook when I post a picture or when I post a video. It's a message to that content. When I take my swag kids out to eat or out to a fun place, when the ones that's in college, it's a message behind it. It's a message because I don't know half of them get the claps when they come home about good job for going to college. Some of them are the first person in their family to go to college. So I want to let them know that, hey, I believe in you. You can do it. You got 2, 3, 1 more year left in college. Push through. You got it. So it's bigger than just me. It's bigger than, oh shoot, she always posting this. I'm bigger than that. When I bless somebody, it ain't okay, God. Now you seen I just blessed 3 people last week. Now come on, God, I want these shoes. Now you gonna give me this money back for these shoes, or you gonna pay my car? It's a lot of things that I want to do that I could be doing, but I don't because it's not a need. It's a difference between a want and a need. You know what I'm saying? If God already provided me with a roof over my head, God already provided me with transportation, provide me with a job, provide me with elevating swag, I could wait on paying my car. You know what I'm saying? I could wait on traveling a little bit because if I see a family that's in need, I'ma help. I just sponsored a family of 3 for school. Credit card. Woo! Got them closed. Ma'am, it's okay. All I want you to do is take care of your family and pray, and I'm going to pray with you. I'm here for you. Let me help you help them. But I need you to help yourself first. I need you to believe in yourself first. This lady's older than me. I said, ma'am, you got to stop making excuses. I don't care if you got to work at KFC. Go work at KFC. You got 3 kids to grind for. I don't care if they daddy call you in their life or whatever. These your kids. These your seeds. You make it happen for them. If nobody else ain't got them, you should have them.
Amen. We're able to change, even if she didn't. We're able to change our circumstance, guys. Like it's not that if you're tired of working there. Like I hate people that been in a job for 10 years. Man, I hate this place. Then move, go somewhere else. Make a change, do something like chase your dream, something. Yo, and as a side note, look at that. That was a legendary passion right there from Coach C. That's the legendary Coach C passion. I'm telling y'all, boy, when she get into it, I'm telling you, Steve Harvey, baby, she coming. She gonna be on the show. We telling you now. But guys, yo, we went out of time. Yo, we went an hour and 40 minutes, guys. Yo, Jono, man, you have brought content, guys. I'm telling you, there's so much content here, guys. Put it on replay. Go back, rewind. Guys, until next time. Guys, if you want to leave them with any motivational things.
I think we gave them a lot, but I just want to say, man, you are in control. You are in control of your thoughts, of your words, of your actions. You are in control of your life. No one else. You are in control. And if you are in control, you're willing to do the necessary things that need to be done to get to where you desire to get to. You are in control.
I just want to say, do the necessary things that you need to do so you can get where you want to go. So it's going to be some things and some places that you have to go and you have to do that's going to be uncomfortable, that you don't like, that you don't agree with, but you have to do those things in order to get to the level that you want to do. Remember, in life, you can always have to do some things that you don't want to do to get where you want to go. Now, you could be stubborn and go the other way and do things your way, but then you're going to take the longer road and a longer time to get where you want to go and what you want to do.
Man, for those who believe in God, man, just understand He's opening doors for you that you can't see. You're going to have to create patience. And doors that He does close is better for you. Right? So until next time, guys, peace out, Swag Keys. We're back.